All right, we've pretty much got whipped soundly in all three phases tonight. You got to give Boise State credit. They were the better football team. We had a chance to grab momentum a couple of times in the game and couldn't do it. And they were more consistent, made more plays, and out-executed us all night. And, it's a tough pill to swallow when you get beat handily like that in all three phases. But we got an in-state opponent next week that we got to come back and go to work for. Playing an option team, and we got to be disciplined. We got to limit explosive plays. We got to generate explosive plays on offense. And then we got to figure out how to get some momentum in special teams. And right now we're struggling in all three areas. But there's a lot of season left to play, and I expect those guys and those coaches to come back ready to work Monday.
Mike, do you feel like it's the same problems each week that are kind of getting to this team right now?
Well, good teams that, they create problems. And that team tonight kind of created them. We threw a couple up for grabs that weren't good decisions, and then we didn't hold on the ball first time we got hit. It's been our MO. We got to continue to work on it. We got to continue to stress it. We were able to get, one turnover defensively. The interception by Januska. Had a couple times the ball was on the ground and we couldn't get it. But, good teams create turnovers. Teams that aren't very good turn the ball over and make mistakes. We're not very good right now. There's a lot of season, and we're going to continue to work at it.
Why do you make the quarterback switch so fast and then back?
Well, we were going to play him on the third series, Terry, going into the game. And then he had a little momentum there. We really didn't complete but one pass to Hansley, but he had a couple scrambles. And I thought there was some momentum, so decided to keep him in the game. And then we really didn't execute from that point on offensively, except a short drive on a short field to get a field goal. We had some opportunities that we missed and went back to Nick just because of execution.
To what extent does this become a gut check or resilience?
Well, I'd say it's a big gut check, and I expect out of everybody that's involved with the program, in the football program, to come to work. And life's not easy. Things aren't handed to you on a timeline like you want. Change is hard. And right now we're going through some change, and it's hard. And the results aren't where our players expected, our coaches expected. And we gotta regroup, and you gotta play out the season. Then we gotta figure out what we can do to give ourselves a chance to win, because that wasn't it tonight.
What was Boise State doing on defense that kind of took you out of your rhythm offensively, took Richard out again?
Well, they're pretty good. That's about they're a good defensive football team. Knew it was going to be a struggle all game to move the football. We wanted to try to establish some run, even though it might only been 2-3 yards early on, and get the game into a fourth quarter game, and we weren't able to do that because of turnovers. I wouldn't necessarily say they did anything to keep Richard out of the game. Our game plan was trying to control the ball a little bit. We weren't able to do it.
Coach, with your record being what it is, players kind of said that they feel better than what the record is. Do you feel the same or better right now than the record?
We're 2-4. That's what we are, and we need to realize that. We could keep saying we shoulda, coulda, woulda. We didn't. We're 2-4. We got to go back to work and worry about this week and try to get this win instead of talking about what we could have done or should have done or we should have won these games, because we didn't. And that's what we need to do.
This is disappointing. One of the things you cautioned about all week was giving up the big plays, watching their one-hit wonders, and that's kind of the way the game started out.
Yeah, we give up 3 huge plays in the first half defensively, which was not good. But I thought we withstood it a little bit and got it back to within 14 points. And then, let them get a field goal there at the end of the half was not good to go up 17, and then we didn't start the second half. We started the second half great on defense, getting the interception, and then we didn't do anything with it. We didn't seize the momentum when we withstood, the explosive plays by them and withstood our turnover, but we didn't do anything to put pressure on them. Make them play 4 quarters, make it tight on the freshman quarterback. And they kind of got to play like they've been playing the last 3 weeks in control, and that's on us. Well, we're going to have to meet and watch the film on Sunday and decide what we're going to do, how we're going to move the ball offensively. We got to look at a lot of things offensively. I'm just talking about offensive, how we can move the ball and how we can generate explosive plays, how we can – because it's hard to go down the field 3 yards, 2 yards, 4 yards, go for it on 2 4th downs. We got to get some explosive plays, and we got to find a way to get it in our explosive players' hands. Gaines did a nice time. A couple times he touched it, veined on a reverse. Richard, when we threw it to him, he caught it. So we got to figure out something to do to create some momentum.
Much the way you said, there are games still to be played, and a big one next week. How much is it a chance to talk to the guys about a chance to get a big win over a rival in the country?
Well, I already talked about it. I talked about it in the locker room. I said, we're in this situation. Nobody expected to be in this situation, but we're here. And as Rams and as men, we got an in-state rival coming in here Saturday before we go on a bye week. We need to do whatever we can to try to get a win in that ball game, and that means regroup and show up Monday ready to work. And I fully expect them to do that.
The hard part about this game coming up is they're all about discipline and being very exact in what they do. It's been a shortcoming.
Well, it's you got to play assignment football when you play somebody that runs the option. You got to do your job. If not, the fullback will spit, or the quarterback will spit out, or the pitch to the tailback will spit out. So we got to be assignment oriented. We got and our possessions will be limited offensively when you play a team like Air Force. So we got to take advantage of our limited possessions, and then we got to create some momentum in the special teams. Yeah, I thought we played hard. I thought we fought to the end. I thought there was belief at halftime, and come out and get a stop, get a pick. And offensively, we couldn't do anything to seize the momentum. The guys play hard for one another, but you got to play hard in the right way, do the right things, and we did do that. Yeah, it's execution and guys making plays, and we're not making enough plays to win ball games. And that's a good football team too that we played that knows what they're doing and executes at a high level, and you got to give a lot of credit to them.
How much of what ails your offense right now is maybe quarterbacks not being fully in tune with the offense, or just not understanding what they're seeing because of lack of
I think a little bit of all of what you said. I think it's a little bit of hesitation when throwing the ball. We had guys open tonight, and we're almost trying to aim the ball instead of throw the ball. Ball sailing high. Kind of hoping that they're complete. We got to trust what you see, and you got to cut the ball loose. And that's on me. And we got to do a better job of making sure they understand what they see, and they can go out and execute it.
Status quo with the quarterbacks next week?
Say that again.
Status quo with the quarterbacks. Both will play.
I don't. We're going to talk about that tomorrow as a staff and decide what we're going to do offensively. Not just the quarterback, but as a whole, we got to figure out ways to move the football.
You played Minnesota for the Big Ten and CU for the Pac-12. How does Boise State match up comparatively? It looked to me like they were the most talented team.
I've since first time I turned on the tape, I think they're one of the premier programs in the country. Obviously a top 25 team. They're dominant in all areas. They do a nice job, and I don't want to compare. Tonight they were better than us.